How much time would you say you spend cutting down celebrities? Yeah, come on, most people do it, right? Well, guess what? Jeff Ross has your dream job. He makes a living insulting the rich and the famous. Donald Trump, Pam Anderson, Bill Shatner, Charlie Sheen, and Ross has roasted them all.
Look at you, Shatner. You have let yourself boldly go. When did you go from Captain Kirk to Captain Crunch?
As a kid growing up in Newark, Jeff himself was often the butt of the jokes. His mom got him into karate, where he learned how to stick up for himself, even started throwing out a comeback or two. And Jeff honed his razor-sharp insult skills on the stand-up circuit as a way of dealing with hecklers. So what does it feel like to be on the receiving end of a Jeff Ross smart bomb?
Courtney Love, you're like the girl next door. If you happen to live next to a methadone clinic.
Well, we're about to find out. The Roastmaster General is launching a Canadian tour. It's going to take aim at this glorious nation. But when you're as fearless as Jeff appears to be, do you ever cross the line? Do you ever regret something you said? Well, he tackles all that in this film he's co-written called The Comedian, directed by Sean Penn, starring De Niro and Kristen Wiig, and a bunch of other celebrities who just may want to watch their step around Jeff.
Charlie, if you're winning, then this must not be a child custody hearing.
Please welcome Jeff Ross!
Thank you, George.
Hey, buddy.
That was cool, man.
How are you, man?
Thank you for doing that.
Of course.
Hey, everybody.
Nice to see you.
Great to be here on your cool show, man.
Thank you, man. It's nice to see you. You made us laugh for a long time, dude.
Thanks for all the nice things you said about me and the art of roasting in general.
Well, it's an art to do. Otherwise, if you're not good at it, it becomes you're just mean. And there's nothing special to it, right? Because there's a lot of people who
You don't want to bully people.
Right.
When I roast people, it's volunteers. You have to make fun of people that are up for it, that have thick skin.
Well, and you've gone after some of the greats, but what I think is awesome about what you're doing, man, is you're coming and you're going to roast this country. And you're going to cities you've never been before.
I never even heard of Edmonton until my agent called me. Winnipeg? What the hell is that? How about Loserpeg after I get done with it?
Oh, God. Oh, they're going to love you, pal.
It's going to be great.
They're going to love you, man.
Not everyone in Canada plays hockey, but they look like they do. If you want to make money in Canada, be a dentist.
So you're going to go city to city, but how do you know what to do? Like, how do you know what the sensitive spots are? Like, you know how to make fun of Charlie Sheen, custody battle famous. How do you know what to do in Edmonton or Winnipeg?
I get there a little early, do my research. I live the life of somebody from that city. And during my show, I'm going to try an experiment of speed roasting volunteers from the crowd. So if there's somebody in the audience who's watching this who always wanted to be roasted, if you live in Winnipeg or Edmonton or I don't know where the I'm going, Vancouver, just come to the show, come on stage for 15 seconds of pain, and we'll get a flavor of what each city's like.
Pain is the key word, man. All good comedy comes from pain, doesn't it?
Well, it does. And we want to see if if Canadians have thick skin under all that blubber. I've asked all the theaters to hire extra security. It's going to be a blast.
Have you ever had someone take a real shot at you for something you said?
I was in, well, you saw the Pam Anderson roast up there. After that show, B. Arthur held me down while Courtney Love beat the crap out of me. But a woman in Minnesota last week kicked me in the balls.
Seriously?
She was wearing a fur coat and heels. She had an accent. I asked her if she was a finalist in Bulgaria's Next Top Model.
And she just hoofed you in the pills?
Yeah, she didn't know what else to do. She was speechless. She was enjoying it, but she thought it'd be funny to get me back. Since I busted her balls, she busted mine.
Well, this started when you were a kid. I mean, were you bullied when you were a kid?
You know, there was this one kid who used to walk around my high school, Joe Cefac. He was a big schmuck. Everybody hated him. You know, we were like 16, but he looked like he was 28. You know, he had a condom in his wallet when he was like 17. You know, he was hairy knuckles, giant forehead. He was just a jerk. And he used to leap out of corners and whack people in the cuyones. I don't know. And everybody would just kind of like go down, and it was just painful. And he thought it was, him and his brother would just laugh at everybody writhing around in pain. And I said, one day, next time he does it to me, I'm going to get up, and I'm a black belt, and I'm going to beat him up.
He was legitimately a black belt.
You know, at 10 and a half, I don't know how, you know. And he hit me so hard, I went down, and I tried to get up to hit him back, and I just couldn't get up. It hurt so bad, so I just started making fun of him. I don't know what else to do. I started making fun of his forehead. Is that a 5 head, I said, and he got all flustered. And I made fun of him in front of all the other students, and he never made fun of me again or anyone else at school, and a young Roastmaster was born.
Yes, there you go. You know, off the very top of the show, we played a clip of you making a joke about how you're on a plane with a bunch of comics and they need to go through the insecurity checkpoint, which is incredible. And that is the reality of a lot of people in comedy. It's a kind of a darker, lonely world.
Comedy comes from pain, as you mentioned. We try to, as comedians, use the things that happen to us, the life experience, to make jokes.
Wait, both your parents passed away when you were a young man, right?
Yeah, I was a teenager.
So did that play a role? I mean, that's real pain.
You know, these are the things that make us stronger. You know, you hear that cliche, but, you know, it takes a long time. And if you're out there and things are rough in your life and you're an artistic type of person, it might be something you can use as you get older. And half my show I call Roast in Peace. I make fun of dead people that I cared about. You know, one of the things I'm doing on my live show is a tribute to Steve Jobs. Yeah. When he passed away, his family made this elaborate tribute video to play at his funeral, and it didn't work because you needed flash. Steve Jobs, Roast in Peace. I do all the jokes, George, that are too soon for anyone else.
Do you go too far? Have you done a joke and thought, you know, in retrospect, maybe not?
Nah. One of the rules of roasting is not to back down, not to apologize, just to go for it. And I love that. When people come to my show, they want it. They want it. If I go soft, they'll want a refund.
Right.
I'm not doing my job unless somebody gets pissed off.
But do you have to keep pushing the line? I mean, your Courtney Love, Kurt Cobain joke was top notch.
Thank you.
You said she looked better than him or he looked better than her?
Oh, we were roasting. I said Courtney Love. She was at the Pam Anderson roast. She was humping the armrest of the chair. She was pulling her shirt up. She was disruptive, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And I said, how is it possible that Courtney Love looks worse than Kurt Cobain?
Oh, God, did I laugh at that joke.
And the next day, George, she checked herself into rehab.
So you helped? Roasting
saves lives.
But were you on stage for the Amy Schumer joke? Amy Schumer at a roast went after, well, Steve-O was there. She made a Ryan Dunn joke not too far after Ryan died.
Right.
Steve-O didn't look like he enjoyed that joke.
No.
And the Twitter went crazy with that.
You know, he should have taken the joke better, in my opinion. You're at a roast, everybody's fair game. He made some very vicious jokes. So, you know what? It should just bounce off people. You know, life is short. And just last week, I called Betty White. I wished her a happy final birthday.
You have to go and see his shows wherever he is across the country. Will you speed roast somebody in our audience?
Yeah,
Will you do it?
He has to be a volunteer. I don't want to pick on a random.
You know, we picked one. We could throw that over here. All right, here, man.
That guy?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. Can I go over there?
That's all yours, bro.
Thanks, George. This guy, I don't like to make fun of people that aren't in good health, but you are. What's your name, sir?
Below.
What? Below what? The poverty level?
Not yet.
No, you're great. I loved you in Slumdog Thousandaire. Wow. Is everything okay with you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
You look like the eagle from the Muppet Show. Do you remember that? That's a great haircut. Were you molested by a weed whacker? Thank you, Bilal. Is that your name? Where are you from?
Originally or from here?
I don't give a shit. You're a good sport, buddy. Good luck with whatever disease you have. I'm glad it's in remission. You're a good man. Give him some love. He's a good man.
Jeffrey Ross.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thank you, George.
Anytime. Go check him out. Jeff is roasting across Canada. I think you can see him tomorrow night. He's in Winnipeg. Saturday he's in Toronto. Sunday in Ottawa, and then he heads west. And you can actually find out more about what he's doing on the internet as well if you go to roastmastergeneral.com and find out when he'll actually be bustling through your city. All right, Canada, let's learn.
Thank you, George.